Hi friends, today we are going to bake a fruit cake. Now I have been inspired by a recipe that I saw on Joy of Baking, and I'm going to try it but in my own way, because naturally I have to look at ingredients that I have available in my local shops before I can bake it. I am baking without an oven. I'm going to use a pressure cooker. So let's look at how that is done. So before I start baking, I'm going to first step is to put my pressure cooker onto the stove, and I'm just going to use a rack, a baking rack. I'm not adding any water to this. I'm just going to let this entire structure heat up. So I'm just going to use the lid and cover it up. Right, so we're going to start off. First, I'm going to add a bit of water, 1 cup. So this goes in, I've just got orange skin here, orange peel, and I've just roughly chopped them up. I would say you should use orange skin rather than tangerine because this is a much stronger flavor. And again, same with lemon skin. A bit of salt. I'm using dark raisins here. Dates that I have roughly chopped up. And brown sugar. Just going to give all this a quick mix. Butter. Now I will be showing you another recipe of baking a cake with your dried fruits being soaked first in rum, but I thought you should also know a different method. So this is what I'm going to do. Now all this goes onto the stove and you need to cook it for about 5 minutes on sim. Just going to roughly bring all this to boil. While that is boiling, I've got my baking tray and I've buttered it. This cake is rather simple, right? Yes, you don't need to go through the lengthy procedure of soaking your dried fruits before making it, but it's tasty. Although it's a shortcut, it's much tastier, I would say. So it's really apt for working women who don't really have much time to do the soaking and all that kind of stuff. So it's boiling and I'm going to simmer this for 5 minutes. Now, after we have boiled all that dried fruits and skin, just need to let it cool for at least about 5-10 minutes so that it will not be too hot when you're going to add it to the flour. So what I have here is just plain white flour or maida. To this, I'm just going to first add baking soda. And then I'm going to add our gooey mixture. See how beautifully gooey it is. Some people like to add ginger powder or sometimes cinnamon powder or even clove powder to this. I have not done any of that. You can get beautiful smell of the orange peels, lemon peels, and dates. Just want to bring the flour together with that mixture. After that, I'm adding 2 large eggs. Vanilla essence. Let's just mix this together. If you have a beater, you can use that. I prefer using a bit of muscle power. If you think it's a bit too thick, you can add a bit of water to that. And last, I have some cherries here. I've used the sweetened version, and so accordingly you need to reduce the amount of brown sugar that you add. Right, now it's done, and we are going to pour this into our pan. I'm just going to add some cashew nuts here and there, just as a kind of decoration. And 1 or 2 cherries also. Now I've managed to place this into the cooker. Be very careful because this is so hot, right? And I'm going to let it cook for about 30 minutes. I'm going to come in between and check if it's cooked inside. So about 30, 35, sometimes 40. The heat is very low. Right, our cake is ready. I have baked it for about 40 minutes because when I checked at 30, it was not done. So I took 40 minutes. And now it looks good, it tastes good, and you can see all the fruits in it. You have really the fruity flavor to it. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Merry Christmas!